Hey everybody, Adam Culbertson here. When you finish this episode, or right now, add another Creative Typo Entertainment podcast into your feed. Here's a promo for one right now. Make sure you go and check it out.
What would you do if I told you that the world is not what it seems?
You're telling me that potato salad is the key to other worlds? Ha! It's not even the best side dish.
And people are not who they appear to be.
I don't know that we can trust Master Douche.
Well, I know for damn sure we can't trust Charles Edward Cheese.
My name's not Mike. Where puns run rampant through the streets.
The Global Adventurers Guild Master Enterprises will not stand for this.
Well, it's gag me for short, so I'm pretty sure they take everything on their knees, don't they?
And it's hard to tell who the real monsters are.
Well, yeah, it's a mimic. But I'm Francis the Lion.
Three heroes.
You have my sword.
You have my kazoo.
Oh god, my hip.
Face off against three villains.
Never again will they enslave me.
We'll make damn sure of that.
I'm Francis the Lion.
We know.
To keep the world of Euphrae from ripping apart.
This damn portal won't close.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
And Tim and Terry from getting even more screwed.
They're totally werewolves.
Yep, they're definitely werewolves.
Holy shit, those guys are werewolves.
Welcome to A Fool's Quest. A Fool's Quest can be found on all major podcasting platforms simply by searching A Fool's Quest.
Steel your mind for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters. What do you want to do with that information now that you know that Detlib is killing people for the past month?
What a jerk. All right, Detlib sucks on the side of the wall and wait for him to show up and try to maul me.
It might work, you never know.
Victor might get on his earpiece and just, not like loudly or whatever, but just be like, Julian, Aleister, are you there? Like quiet to where it wouldn't draw attention if their walkie went off or whatever.
Yeah, so as you're... Okay, we'll get them caught up with you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because that probably took a bit for me to go in and investigate a body and all that mess. Whatever.
But it's not important.
Do what now?
People are already dead. What am I going to do?
There's only a rogue Dreamland's cat mauling and killing people out in the wilderness.
I'm sure that Victor can track down and take out a Dreamland's cat with body parts of Tulzscha all by himself, no problem.
And skin it. I have all the confidence in the world. That's why I give you those boots.
Well, Victor's got lots of
and
different knives.
And you spent 3 key points, right?
Many ways that he could skin the cat.
I thought you got a piece of the woman, a piece of the man, and a random body part.
No, I got a piece of the. I got a piece of the man that I saw from last night, and then a piece of the woman. The guy said
okay. I thought you grabbed a sample from one of the random body parts that was brought back.
I thought the woman was
no. She was the other body, the other random. Okay, well,
okay,
okay. Well, you got those memories from them too.
It sounds like it was all pretty much
the orc
the same
was
anyway.
the body part, but same kind of deal. So but yes, but you used 2. That's
Okay.
fine.
I thought you were saying the woman was an orc. I didn't realize there were 2 people. So,
yeah, you reach out to them, and back to Julian and Aleister. You walk into this massive library. Inside of the library,
Like bigger on the inside.
it's bigger on the
Is it
inside.
bigger than the actual library?
yeah.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Private collection.
We've met libraries like this before.
Taking note.
Are there any small children in this library?
Like, okay, so don't try to Dundor into the inner sanctum.
Call.
And he's like, please, Julian, please come over here to this table. And Aleister, I believe you are looking in. Oh,
I didn't tell you the first name.
Mr. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So,
Dr.
Mr. Carmack, if you could please join me at the table, and Mr. Albert,
Aleister, but yes.
I believe you are looking for section 37 in the T's.
Oh, well, thank you. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah. Ha.
And Aleister will prance off to go find the book.
All right. So Julian, Aleister takes off immediately. And you sit down at the table with this book, and he's like, I'm really excited to be able to see your codex and fully be able to translate this book or this tome.
Yes, of course. I would say that I would like a little bit of privacy whilst doing this. I'm not a big fan of people observing me while I work. I just get a little bit anxious. And apprehensive.
I don't have to observe to translate it or to copy it. He pulls not the pen that he clicked before, but another pen out of his pocket, and he goes, and he pulls out a blank journal out of his jacket pocket, and or out of his vest pocket on the inside, and he's like, the pen will copy it for me.
The pen will interesting. What? I've never seen a pen like that before.
Ah, yes, it is. I would say it's a very rare thing for us historians, but I do make them, and those that I do knowledge trades with, I do pass one on to each one.
I would be very interested in acquiring one of those.
Yes, of course. I will make sure I make you one before the end of the day.
Oh, I appreciate that. Here, this is and I'll reach into one of my bags and I'll grab the working codex that I have, and then I will set it on the table.
Very, very interesting. Thank you. And he clicks the pen and twists it, and it starts copying from your codex into his journal.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you make of these symbols here? And it reads about Ubosothla, and
if I'm translating this correctly, it reads about an entity called Ubosothla, who is known as a tome keeper, possibly.
Very interesting.
Yes. Exactly how much information would I get upon first glance? Because I mean, it would take me a second to go through the book.
Let's see. It's talking about the tome keeper, Ubosothla, and it's talking about how the means to be able to summon the tome keeper, and possibly even retrieving tablets upon summoning to use for your own knowledge before Ubosothla can possibly react. Even
good,
interesting,
lovely.
Yes, there's various information about possibly summoning this being into reality, and other information details about that. I must ask, what is your interest in this tome keeper?
Well, as you see, I am a collector of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
It is my life's goal to amass all of the knowledge of the world, and maybe even beyond. And I have even found ways to even prolong my life to accomplish this goal.
I didn't want to pry too much, but there was a concerning bit about the library being founded a very long time ago, and I am a bit of a doctor myself, and you being able to live that long plus by no means is not an easy feat done naturally.
Oh, a doctor. I did not know you were a doctor,
Yes.
Dr. Carmack. But yes, I may not look older than 35 years old, but I am...
I'm 42.
Approaching my 425th birthday.
Wow, that's a very long time to live.
Yes, it is amazing what knowledge can buy you.
And how did you come about living this long? Is it something that you learned, some sort of spell, or?
Pulls out another pen and clicks it.
It's a magical EpiPen.
He's just got a pocket protector of holding, and he's just got all his pens in there.
That's the nerdiest fucking thing ever. I love it. It's instead of the deck of many things, it's the pocket protector of many pens.
Well,
they've got all the colors.
Yes, this one is a jelly pen.
Well, I do have another pen. And he reaches in his pocket protector.
Fuck!
Of holding.
Stop birthing my bullshit into reality.
I was wondering if y'all were going to catch on that he had a pocket protector. And he's like,
I'm pretty sharp.
I cannot replicate this pen. I did find this pen a very long time ago. But, and it not only benefits me in living longer, it actually requires new knowledge for me to write out in this pen, and I gain years that I'll be able to live and maintain my youth.
Interesting. And no means to replicate this that you have found yet?
No, I have tried. I have been offered a great deal of money from other collectors, but this is a one-of-a-kind artifact.
Understandable. Well,
lightning gun.
And he puts it back in his pocket. Protector.
Yes.
Of holding.
Of holding. For many things. How does the... I'm going to assume that the repository of knowledge in this part of the library is only privy to a few individuals. What would you think would be the town's feeling about what you have here? Because while this is a vast collection of knowledge beyond years and power in the knowledge, don't you think there is a substantial risk to the people in the town and its residences for having this here? What do you have that would safeguard, let's say, someone to come in and abuse this kind of power?
I've never had any issues before. Most people do not know of my private collection. Only those that have something great to offer, like your codex.
I see.
So it's very, very prestigious group of collectors that even know of it.
Well, I am very flattered to be held among the prestigious, as you put it.
Yes, of course.
Let me continue on. I've spoken too long.
Okay.
So, oh, hold on. Am I on the right page? Yes, I'm on the right page. Okay. So, Tablet of the Gods' Guardian is the name of the book. Was given a few months ago, or shared a few months ago by Mr. Corbin. And I guess I wrote it on a different page. The book talking about summoning the Tome Keeper and possibly I'm not going to share the part about acquiring the tablets of the gods on purpose. Just about the summoning. And then so what in particular would have to take place in order to summon the Tome Keeper?
Let's see. While I come up with that, let me go ahead and switch to Aleister, because y'all are all three separated now.
Tulzscha.
So Aleister, you get to you get to section 37 in the T's, and there you have the Cult of the Green Flame book, specifically focused on Tulzscha.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Time manipulation and you.
Although the Tulzscha was more cryptic in the title of the book, but you are able to pick it out of all the things that you've seen on Tulzscha in the past.
Like there's just some really weird capital letters in there, and then when you separate those out, like it spells out Tulzscha. Yeah.
The subtitle is Green Flames in Time.
You're flipping through it, and you see a lot of things on the different artifacts.
I'm going to be taking notes in my own book.
Okay. You do have the Heart of Tulzscha that it talks about, and
the heart.
Oh,
it does seem to focus more on the Heart of Tulzscha. Like this book specifically is focused on that.
Is that one of the pieces that Aleister has, or is that one of the pieces that Detlib has?
That is not one of the pieces.
Okay.
Yeah,
it is not one of the pieces that Aleister has.
And we don't know what pieces
but it does
Detlib
talk.
has.
Right.
No.
Okay.
It does talk about the other pieces, but it doesn't specifically go by naming the other pieces. But it does talk about the Heart of Tulzscha and how there's going to. It's kind of like a prophecy that a being travels from another point in time and encounters another being of Tulzscha, and they tear a rift in time in a battle for the Heart of Tulzscha.
Well, that is interesting.
Poor Victor. It's like one guy's gonna battle another one and rip a hole in time. The other one's gonna summon things to kill this really nice town so we can get some tablets, and we have to do it probably.
That's our job.
It is your job.
I know, but we gotta kill this entire town to stop the universe from ending or whatever. Like,
I will point out that you're killing the entire planet would be killed.
Yeah, I know. Victor didn't meet the whole planet. You can cut this out if you want. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'll cut that out.
Yeah, cut that out. I figured you would.
But yeah, it it's definitely a prophecy. Very vague in the prophecy. No exact details or who succeeds. Just that two beings of Tulzscha rip a tear in. Well, they create a tear in time in a battle for the heart.
Are you sure it doesn't say that, like, Albert succeeds or something?
No.
Well, I guess that is forthcoming.
Who's coming?
I imagine we're one of the creatures of Tulzscha.
I suppose you could say that. Although, I guess technically both of us would be from a different time.
Yes. Well, it doesn't specify that both aren't from a different time.
Well, yes. It's just maybe a little awkward to mention one and then not talk about the other. Although I guess maybe one is more important than the other. Therefore, I must be the one it mentioned about being out of time.
Obviously. Obviously.
Well, yes, of course. I mean, if you're only going to mention one, you obviously mention the best.
Yes. I suppose you're right. Whatever that dead lib is doing, it can't be as important as what we're doing.
And not to mention, I know that I have an advantage now, because if we're fighting over the heart, then it means that he doesn't have it, which means at the most he has 2 pieces.
Interesting. You may have a point there, Aleister.
Now I must kill you.
You know too much.
How do we rip a tear in time?
I don't know, although even though we know that he only has 2 pieces, we don't know what either of those do, and we don't know how they may interact with the ones that I have.
How can we get... Maybe we have to manipulate time.
Yes, perhaps so.
We may have to let one of the stooges die.
Well, I suppose if it really comes down to it, that may be necessary.
Who you calling Stooge?
Very interesting, Aleister.
Victor's much nicer to you most of the time.
I imagine we learned a lot here today.
Yes, I would say this was quite fortuitous.
And the green-eyed cat smiles and then disappears.
It's hard
All
being
right,
the
and
only good guy
about
in
that
the entire
time,
story.
Aleister and Julian, you hear on your Vox Boxes, Julian or Victor.
Yeah, and Victor said,
What are you saying, Victor?
I think I just said something like, like just Julian, Aleister, are you there? Like just something simple.
Yeah,
because
you hear it come over the Vox Box.
I guess I'll try to like stifle it.
Well, wouldn't you have built it into your mech suit to where it's just sort of in you now?
Yeah. Would the professor be able to hear it?
No.
Okay.
Not from the mech suit. No.
Okay, then I'm not going to answer it.
And Aleister's in the other room.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Aleister is in a different section of the library.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
He's
I
in
meant.
section 37.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically in the T's.
Okay, so Victor doesn't get an answer. And Victor will even sort of more quietly just be like...
Unless Aleister answers. Did Aleister say he answered or not?
Aleister didn't say, but, So this would be completely post, like all of that.
Yeah. Right as the green-eyed cat disappeared, that y'all are all caught up in the same time, and you hear that.
Oh, hello, Victor. It's, funny you should call right now. No reason, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll try to be quiet. I wanted to let you know that, the council seems to be on the up and up. There have been disappearances and maulings at night. That's why they set the curfew. I don't think there's much going on there. But I did see that it looks like that other cat is the one that's been killing people. Dead lib. It was him last night.
Well, yes, that all makes sense, I suppose.
Killed that poor
Yes,
drunk guy.
This is definitely all lining up.
Where are you guys at right now? Are you still at the library?
Yes, quite a fascinating treasure trove of information.
Should I make my way over there, or should I head back to the hotel or something right now? Try to find something else.
Well, if you prefer to go to the library, I suppose that we may be here for a little while longer. Although I'm not sure if we'd be able to get you into the, let's call it the restricted section.
No, I don't. I'd probably just get in the way. Not much for a library. I'll just hang out nearby. If you guys need anything, let me know.
Very well. Like I said, we'll probably be a while longer.
Yeah. So Victor's gonna make his way close to the library. So if there's anything interesting near the library, you said there was a shop somewhere. I could go shopping.
Yeah. There was the blacksmith shop, and then there was the was it Rainey's?
Yeah.
It was like the shrimping store. It had like souvenirs and all things shrimping.
Yeah. Rainey's trinkets or something like that.
Yeah. Victor might visit the trinket shop. He literally has nothing to do.
Okay.
Because his investigation was kind of a dead
and
end.
they make potions.
Yeah.
They make potion, or Rainey makes potions.
Okay, cool.
You could
if that was his name.
You could visit the distillery and learn more about your
brewing.
Improve your brewing.
Well, I don't know where that is. Victor does want to stay pretty close to the library. So if the trinket store and potion store or whatever.
No, the trinket store would be closer to the shore, the
shore.
docks.
Okay. So, I mean, Victor wants to stay close to where he can make it to the library in like a minute if he needed to. And he's fast, but because with our sprint rules, Victor can go really fast.
Well, I will say that as you finish up the conversation with Aleister, you just feel like you're being watched.
Oh. Okay.
But you look around and initially don't see anything.
Okay. Can I do like
other than normal people going about their daily life?
Can I do like a perception check to or something along those lines to see if I can see something else?
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, that's a 25.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
25. All right. So you actually you feel like something catches your eye. Like at the end of the road, you're not that far away from like one edge of the town, and you notice that there's just movement in the brush. Like right after you feel that feeling of being watched.
Okay.
But you don't see anything there other than the brush moved.
I don't think I want to try to take on Detlib by myself, not when there's a prophecy that he's going to be fighting Aleister later. But Victor doesn't know that.
Well, you don't know about that.
Yeah,
you don't know about that.
I know.
Though.
I was just stating what Steven doesn't want.
Yeah. But
Victor
all
Victor
you really
does know that
notice.
this cat's got at least one piece of Tulzscha in him, and that makes him kind of tough. And he's also pretty big, right? Like he's about the size of like a big cat.
He's a medium size. Yeah, he's like a panther size.
Victor
yeah,
might,
probably something like that. Jaguar size, something like that.
Victor might, Victor, while checking, if you feel like you're being watched, you don't look around like you're being watched. So Victor would have like looked around kind of generally. And then,
and at 25, you would have been very detective-like in your perception.
Yeah, well, he's a professional. He's getting paid right now.
Just like busts out a mirror and starts looking at himself, but like using it to kind of look behind him a little bit.
Yeah. So if there's anything like that way, that's like a shop or something like that, Victor would sort of walk towards it like he was going to go to that shop. So what's like down the road that way towards where it is. And he's going to keep an eye out on the brush to see if he can make out something a little bit closer without making it conspicuous that that's what he's doing.
All right. The distillery's over there.
Yeah, so Victor's going to sort of mosey on over to the distillery, and I guess just before he walks in, because he's going to go in to seem less conspicuous, he's going to, one, take note if there's a window he could look out when he's in the distillery, and two, he's going to see if what he can see from the door of the distillery out towards the swamp area.
So keeping that 25 perception check, I would say, looking out the window, you are able to find a window, and it looks like nobody's up front at the distillery. Like But like that front area is able like for the public to go in. But you can go over to the window and look out it very discreetly, and you happen to catch a shimmer reflection off of the ground, and it looks like there's a small coin size like green shimmer reflection on the ground next to the brush that you were that you saw move.
That's like a green Tulzscha eye. That's what that looks like. So Victor,
well, it's not attached to anything. It's on the ground.
Oh, it's just on the ground? There's like a shimmering green object on the ground.
Yeah, well, the light's reflecting off of it from the sun, or from the
Oh, am I seeing a reflection of something, or am I seeing something green on the ground? I'm not 100% understanding.
Okay, it's like there's something that's on the ground, and the light is hitting it
and reflecting green
to where it's
color.
reflecting off of it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And there's nothing around that. Like there's nothing else.
It's on the ground.
Okay.
In front of the brush that's there that was moving.
All right. In that case, Victor is going to come, you said there's no one in the front of the distillery, right? There's no one like keeping shop?
Yeah, no. Not at the moment, no.
Okay. Yeah, Victor will give it, like, a couple heartbeats, just like a minute or two, in the front of the store, just sort of browse around. And then then he's gonna go out and I guess he'll check around. I don't know if the street is bustling with activity or if it's kind of dead outside.
No, I mean there's people moving. It's not dead. Like there's definitely people doing stuff.
But outside that window, was that an alleyway? Was that the border of the town leads to the swamp? Where was that? Where Victor
like
saw?
the road ends. Like the road that was there just ends, and it's just kind of like grass.
Okay.
Right before the brush, maybe patches of dirt too.
Victor's gonna stand around for a moment and wait for any passersby to sort of not be looking his way, and then he's gonna try to stealth around to where he saw that object that was shiny. So I'll do a stealth roll.
Okay.
All right, that is an 18.
Okay. And you get to it. You can get to the item. Like you're just doing it very discreet. I mean, it's that spot is out in the open. It's not like it's behind anything.
Yeah. Like Victor might even drop something of his own next to it and reach down to pick it up and grab both items.
Yeah, you're just trying to not be. Yeah, you're just being very discreet with your stealthiness.
Exactly.
And you pick up the item, and it feels and looks like a scale, very similar to what Detlib's skin is like.
Okay. Yeah, so at this point, Victor's going to assume that he saw Detlib for sure, and that he just sort of found a piece of Detlib there. I'm going to ask a really stupid question.
You hear what sounds like...
Oh, I was going to ask...
What are you asking?
I was going to ask if the scale was edible or not. I don't know if that counts as flesh or not.
It's very hard.
Okay.
It's very hard.
I don't think that... Yeah, okay. So Victor might just stick it in his pocket.
Okay. And like, when you realize that this is definitely one of Detlib's scales, you hear... It sounds like something rustles inside the tree, like in the trees, and then it sounds like something takes off in the opposite direction of you.
Okay,
deeper into the swamp.
I don't think Victor's going to try to follow Detlib into the swamp on his own. That seems like a really bad idea. Victor's going to make his way over toward the library. I don't want to try to take Detlib on alone.
Come on. You got this.
No, I don't. And you guys are plenty far away.
Well, Aleister could just dim door over there to assist you.
Can he? How far does dim door go?
600 feet, I think.
Is that within 600 feet of the library?
Probably not.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably not, no.
Then no. Victor's going to make his way back towards the library and probably just get quietly get back on the Vox Box and just be like, Aleister, Julian, I just saw Detlib. He was on the edge of town and he ran back into the swamp. I think he's hiding out there. I'm heading over towards the library.
Well, I suppose that's confirmation then.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Adam Culbertson here. Man. Freaking pocket protector of holding. But anyways, they found out a lot of information, so let's see how they use it. Or see if they can figure out what causes the summoning of Ubo Sathwa. But you gotta listen. You gotta listen to the next episodes to find out what's Detlib doing. Eating people. Damn swamp cat. Thank you so much for listening. We're really glad you were enjoying it. Really hope you're enjoying this season so far. I would like to shout out the Flyboys. For the past several episodes, they have been editing this season, so I'm getting a lot of help from them, and it's allowing me to do more projects. So again, thanks so much to the Flyboys for editing these episodes. And I'll put their information in the details for all these episodes because they're helping me out for the whole season. Make sure to head on over to mikesandmonsters.com for more information on this show, as well as go over to creativetypo.com to get information on all of our shows. Thank you so much for the supporters out there. If you would like to support, make sure you head on over to patreon.com/creativetypo to help us bring more entertainment to you. The music in this episode was written and produced by Marco Mazzei of Fallen Highway Studios. Don't forget to like, review, and tell your friends about our show. And I hope you join us next time here on Microphones and Monsters.